Tonight on DC News Now, flood operations back to normal just in time for Thanksgiving. The new travel projection showing a bump in people driving.
We're tracking a cold night ahead before our next chance for wet weather. I'll go over all the details in timing coming up.
Tens of thousands of dollars stolen from an ATM in Northern Virginia.
You know, you'd think that you would feel secure, but you don't really feel secure anywhere.
Police say the suspects got the cash without using a card or even touching the machine.
Changes to the police pursuit policy in Prince George's County. Hear from the family of the little girl killed who inspired the new law.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Susan Tran.
And I'm Chris Flanagan. A major sigh of relief for travelers ahead of Thanksgiving. The FAA now canceling its flight restrictions.
That's right. Let's take a live look now at Reagan National and Dulles tonight. They, along with BWI, all part of the 40 airports all across the country where the FAA limited flights to ease safety concerns during the shutdown. The agency now ending those restrictions this morning, saying they're seeing a steady drop in staffing issues. The end of the flight restrictions is coming just in time for the very busy Thanksgiving travel season, which AAA anticipates could be big.
Yeah, DC News Now's Ben Dennis joining us live today from DCA. So Ben, what is AAA's holiday forecast looking like?
Hey there, guys. Well, AAA tells me that this travel outlook was done before the government shutdown, and those flight delays and cancellations came about because of it. The new report out just today. Meantime, they're still confident, though, that millions of Americans, and increasingly so, are going to try to get home for the holidays to see family. Whether you're avoiding baggage claim and buckling up, or braving the baggage of family drama, Thanksgiving travel plans appear to be hot. According to AAA's annual forecast, they say 82 million people will travel at least 50 miles from home from the Tuesday before Turkey Day to the Monday thereafter. 1.3 million more people to drive compared to last Thanksgiving.
Despite obviously there being some economic uncertainty, there are some positive factors in that gas prices are lower, things like that. And what we've seen in the past is people do what they want to do.
More than 73 million people are slated to travel by car, 6 million to hit the skies.
I'll eat lots of turkey and watch football.
Tanya is ready to host her family in Hagerstown, Maryland, and hopes people aren't spooked by the latest flight disruptions from the government shutdown.
Oh, I would hope not, because I would say it was flawless for us.
Good.
We had no trouble whatsoever.
Though University of Maryland student Nicholas Matthew would not be shocked if people's plans did change lately.
I think things are slowly reopening, but yeah, it will definitely impact people's decisions to want to go travel again and want to be out in the airports in such a busy time.
Tucker Mountain is hitting the road to Tennessee after being concerned about lingering flight disruptions. Did you even consider flying?
I did before the government opened back up, but I'd already booked a car.
And even if you are still putting together your travel plans for the Thanksgiving holiday or haven't even started, AAA suggests, of course, making a plan, whether you're taking to the skies, keeping tabs on your flight trackers, or also making sure your car is road ready. Make sure you check the tire pressure on that. There's also savings opportunities before you fill up at several gas price tracking tools to help you keep some cash in your wallet, as well as grant some cash back. At Reagan National Airport, Ben Dennis, back to you.
All right, some great reminders, Ben, thanks. And I guess anybody out overnight or early tomorrow will be cranking the heat up in the car.
Yeah, we have our chief meteorologist, Jackie Lair, and 'tis the time when things are just really cooling off for us.
Yes, and thankfully we have less wind compared to, the last 24 hours. So we're still going to be tracking a wind chill, but it could be much worse than what those temperatures are out there right now. We're going to continue to see these dropping through the overnight tonight, already into those lower 40s right now in D.C., already right around the freezing mark out towards Manassas, less than that out towards Culpeper already, right around 35 degrees up towards Hagerstown at this moment. And that temperature difference from yesterday right around this time to tonight, we're talking about at least 5 to close to 20-degree difference. Noticing that bigger of a difference from Manassas down towards Culpeper at this moment. But in terms of those overnight lows tonight, most of the area we will be starting off below the freezing mark out there tomorrow morning. At least DC a couple degrees above the freezing mark along with Annapolis and Lexington Park. But overall, overall, the main story with tomorrow morning is the fact that it's going to be a much colder start out there. Anticipate that you will need that heavier jacket, or at least to wear the layers out there tomorrow morning. As we look towards the afternoon, though, we'll see increasing cloud cover and then our next chance for rain. We certainly do need this rainfall for the month of November. We're at least an inch and close to an inch and a half below normal for the entire month. So we'll take this rain that's going to continue to fill in through the afternoon and evening commute Tuesday. We'll have more details on this and a look ahead towards the rest of that work week forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Jackie, we'll see you then. All new tonight in the district. 200 members of West Virginia's National Guard no longer patrolling D.C. A defense official telling the Associated Press the number of National Guard troops has dropped from more than 2,300 to about 1,247. That includes 223 members of the West Virginia National Guard no longer assigned to D.C. But the number of Ohio National Guard, that's increased from 153 to 204. Elsewhere in the country, hundreds of troops deployed to Portland and Chicago are now being sent home.
Local lawmakers trying to cut down on the recent rash of teens and their takeovers and crime by looking at ways to give kids more opportunities in the form of activities and jobs. A council member introducing a whole set of proposals, including requiring the Parks and Recs Department to have at least 4 comprehensive teens centers, creating an app to help kids find jobs, and clarifying language for banks so teens can set up deposit accounts without a parent's permission. Coming up in our next half hour, our Marielle Carbone will have more on these efforts to help teens thrive in the district. Developing tonight, President Trump says that he is signing a bill into law forcing the DOJ to release the Epstein files. The House could vote on the measure as soon as tomorrow. The president made the latest in a series of about faces when he told Republican lawmakers to pass that measure, calling for the information to be released. He's been for and against the Epstein files a number of times now, and the latest change coming now that a major majority of the House members have signed this petition forcing the vote. It will then head over to the Senate. Ahead in our next half hour, we're going to talk to a GW political science professor about the implications from this vote.
All new tonight in Maryland, a judge finds a woman guilty in the brutal gang murder of an 18-year-old in Montgomery County back in 2023. The judge convicted Iris Alonso Salgado in a bench trial. She is one of 4 people charged with killing Rosa Marino. Prosecutors say the group, at the direction of the MS-13 gang, drove that teen from New Jersey to the woods in Olney. They gagged her, then stabbed her to death with a machete and buried her in a shallow grave. The 24-year-old could spend the rest of her life in prison when she's sentenced in January. As for the other suspects, one pleaded guilty, another is awaiting trial, and the 4th person's case is shielded due to their age. Well, developing now at 9, an unsettling cash grab in Northern Virginia. A group of suspects accused of stealing $175,000 from an ATM last month.
And their method here didn't involve a debit card or even breaking into the machine. Their sneaky windfall made possible by jackpotting the ATM. DC News Now's Yamri Sase is live for us there at the Apple Federal Credit Union where it happened.
Yeah, so Yamri, what exactly is ATM jackpotting? Many of us have never heard of this term before.
Yeah, so this actually happened at Apple Federal Credit Union, one of their Fairfax locations, at the ATM directly behind me. Now, essentially, ATM jackpotting is when someone hacks the security system using malware or what is called a black box and basically forces the ATM to dispense cash. And many people I spoke with say they never heard this before, and they're surprised these suspects got away with it.
It's a bad situation.
Wow, that's so crazy.
People in Fairfax County, Virginia say they're shocked to learn suspects stole $175,000 from an ATM just up the road.
I wonder how people did this crazy thing.
Fairfax County Police say it happened on October 3rd around 10 p.m. when someone approached the Apple Federal Credit Union ATM and used the key to open it. It's unclear what happened after, but then around midnight, that same person came back, this time in a blue Jeep, and opened the ATM again. An hour later, the suspect returned with 2 others wearing masks. They accessed the machine and appeared to record the process on their phone. By 2 a.m., police say an unmasked suspect still in that blue Jeep was seen withdrawing cash without using a card or even touching the ATM. He held his phone up to the machine as the cash came out.
Maybe added security somehow, or like some kind of like extra verification.
Police say this was an ATM jackpotting scheme. Suspects essentially overrode the ATM security system to force it to dispense cash.
I don't feel safe at all. Now I think if I want to withdraw money, I go to maybe ATM inside the bank with a security guard and a lot of cameras, or just withdraw my money in the traditional way.
Now, we did reach out to police to learn whether any accounts were affected. They say that the bank did not tell them anything about that. So we did reach out to the Apple Federal Credit Union for comment, but didn't get a response back just yet. Now, if anyone recognizes those suspects in those photos, you are encouraged to contact police. We're now reporting in Fairfax, Virginia. I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
All right, pretty unnerving. Yamari, thank you. Meanwhile, in Virginia, strong winds and a lack of rain helping fuel fires. Fairfax County fire crews working to put out 4 different brush fires. New video shows smoke billowing into the air. This is on Mortar Drive near Furnace Road in Laurel Hills. The other fires were in McLean, Lorton, and Springfield. Fire officials say to avoid tossing cigarette butts or matches onto the ground, stop using any equipment that can spark, and keep your car off dry grass. Metro leaders are endorsing a $460 million plan to modernize service and transform regional transit. The hope is that money will help to upgrade stations, rail cars, buses, and improve reliability all across the Metro system. Metro's GM saying the agency is on the right track.
Public safety was a very significant challenge several years ago, and I'm happy to report we're currently at an 8-year low for crime and on pace to have the lowest crime year in the history of Metro. Fare evasion continues to go down, which is really important.
We did reach out to the Committee of Transportation for the latest on the recommendations on the DMV Moves Task Force. We've not yet heard back.
Detroit is home to Motown. Nashville, of course, country music. In D.C., we've had our own brand of music for decades.
We have. This week, the district will celebrate the 50th anniversary of Go-Go. The Go-Go Museum premiered its new video here this morning to kick off the annual Go-Go Awareness Week. Go-Go Cumbia recognizes the Afro-Latino roots of the district's signature sound. It honors the early performances of the godfather of go-go, Chuck Brown, with Los Latinos that paved the way for go-go's unique sound.
When we do these shows, in the world we live in that's so polarizing, we see how this music brings everybody together. We forget about all the titles, we forget about parties, we forget about colors, we forget about all that mess, and we do what God brought us here to do, to come together as people, love, help, heal, and uplift each other.
All right, should be a great week. Go-Go Awareness Week runs through Sunday.